Hello YouTube, my name is Daniel, and welcome to another edition of Education 180. You may be wondering why I'm sitting here making this YouTube video for you. Well, here's the deal. Today, I'll be talking about the 5th section in the Analytical Reasoning module on organization. You may be wondering what organization is. It is very similar to working in a grocery store and placing items on the shelf based on instructions given to you. When you come across a passage on organization on the LSAT, you are going to place objects into a diagram based on the conditions given to you in the passage, and your job is to place the objects in the appropriate order. It is also important to be aware of positional versus non-positional conditions. The relationships between objects that are expressed in the conditions will either contemplate their position relative to one another, i.e. A cannot be placed next to C, or will simply be inclusionary, i.e. if A is on the shelf, then B must be on the shelf as well. Recognizing the presence or absence of a positional component to a condition can be instructive, particularly when a question contains both types of conditions. A question which contemplates the location of an object will likely only draw upon positional conditions, where a non-positional question will likely only draw on non-positional conditions. Also be aware of hidden premises. As one plots the conditions and prepares their diagram, it is wise to look to see what information follows from the conditions given. Very often you can flesh out a condition or express it in a more useful fashion. Sometimes there are even further conditions that flow as a consequence of the conditions given. It is this circumstance which is referred to as a hidden premise. Please take a moment to read through Organization Question 1. Press pause, and when you are ready to continue, press play. Let's take a moment to read through Question 1 together. A cook must make pizza using 4 toppings, selected from among 7 available ingredients: ham, mushroom, bacon, onion, green pepper, and tomato. The selection of toppings must meet the following conditions. Either ham or mushroom must be selected, but ham and mushroom cannot both be selected. Either onion or green pepper must be selected, but onion and green pepper cannot both be selected. Onion cannot be selected unless sausage is selected, and tomato cannot be selected unless mushroom is selected. So those are the conditions. Let's break them down step by step. And when you're first starting out in answering analytical reasoning questions, you may find it helpful to draw pictures to help you understand what the conditions are asking of you. So for the top, we have our ingredients laid out, and we have ham, mushroom, sausage, bacon, onion, green pepper, and tomato. And these ingredients are going to be used to make our pizza. And we've got our conditions step by step here. So the first condition is either ham or mushroom must be selected, but ham and mushroom cannot both be selected. So condition 1 is represented with the pictures right here. So either ham or mushroom, but cannot equal ham and mushroom together. So we can see ham by itself on the pizza, or mushroom by itself on the pizza, but we can't have both of them together. So for the second condition, which is right here, we have either onion or green peppers must be selected, but onion and green pepper cannot both be selected. So the second condition is represented by the images down here, and we have onion or green pepper, but can't equal onion and green pepper together. So they can appear by themselves, but not together, similar to condition 1. And for the short words, we tend to just write it out as it is, because they're only 2-letter, 3-letter words. Either or, we tend to just write out either. We don't have a formal symbol for it. If you can develop one yourself, whatever works best for you. to aid in efficiency on the LSAT. So let's take a look at condition 3. Onion cannot be selected unless sausage is selected. So condition 3 is down at the bottom. So onion can only appear on the pizza if sausage is on the pizza. We can have sausage by itself without onion, but onion cannot appear on the pizza if there is no sausage. You absolutely have to have sausage with onion. Same with condition 4. Tomato cannot be selected unless mushroom is selected. So if tomato appears on the pizza, you absolutely have to have mushroom with the tomato. You can have mushroom by itself, but you cannot have tomato by itself, or else it'll break condition 4. And as always, to aid in efficiency on the LSAT, you will find it helpful to use algebraic symbols to shorten the reading passage so you don't have to read again over and over again. And we represented the ingredients with the first letter that they start with. So we've got ham, mushroom, bacon, onion, green pepper, and tomato. And sometimes green pepper, at least in the condition down here, was represented just by G. And we've got our conditions at the bottom down here. So we have either H or M, but can't equal H and M together. I find it easier to use a plus sign for my and. Some people prefer to use an ampersand. Again, whatever you prefer, whatever you find easier when you're in the heat of the moment in writing the LSAT. For condition 2, either O or G, but can't equal O and G together. O only if S, and T only if M. Please take a moment to read through question 1. Press pause, and when you are ready to continue, press play. Let's take a moment to read through question 1 together. Which one of the following could be the 4 toppings selected for the pizza? So what I'm going to do for this question could be the 4 toppings selected for the pizza. I'm going to enter them, each answer choice, into our diagram, and I'm going to simply see if it breaks any of the conditions. So for A, we have ham, mushroom, bacon, and green pepper. So I'm going to start with ham, my mushroom, my bacon, and my green pepper. So from here, I'm going to see if it breaks any of the conditions, and I can look at the first condition, and I see H and M together. So I know it breaks condition 1. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's put it over here. So I'm going to eliminate A, because this cannot be the 4 toppings selected for the pizza. So let's clear off our diagram. And the next one is ham, sausage, onion, and tomato. So we've got our ham, sausage, onion, and tomato. And let's see if it breaks any of the conditions. Either H or M, but can't equal H and M together. We got our H, either O or G, O and S, and T only if M. Well, I don't see an M, so I know it breaks condition 4. So we can eliminate B, because B cannot be the 4 ingredients selected for the pizza. So let's clear off our diagram again, and we have for the next one ham, bacon, onion, and tomato. So swap out the sausage for bacon. And we've got H bot. Let's see if this meets our conditions. Either H or M, but can't equal H and M together. We've got our H, either O or G, O only if S, Well, I don't see an S with O, so I know it breaks this condition. The third condition, so I can eliminate C. And let's take a look at D. D is sausage, bacon, onion, and green pepper. And our green pepper. And let's see if this breaks any of the conditions. So either H or M, well, it breaks condition 1. We don't have H or M. So we can eliminate D. And let's try E. E, we have mushroom, bacon, green pepper, and tomato. So let's put a mushroom over here. Get rid of our onion. Green pepper can go in the third position, and tomato over here. So let's see if this breaks any of the conditions. I have a feeling this will be the right one because it's our last answer choice. So we've got M. Over G, we got G. O only if S, there's no O, so we're good. And T only if M. We've got a T and our M. So this is the only one that meets all of our conditions without breaking them. And E, that should be in green, is the correct response. So just to recap, E is the only answer that satisfies all of the conditions. A breaks condition 1, B breaks condition 4, C breaks condition 3, and D breaks condition 2. Please take a moment to read through question 2. Press pause, and when you are ready to continue, press play. Let's take a moment to read through question 2 together. The question 2 reads as follows. The topping selected must include. So the moment I see must include, I'm going to try and make a diagram where I don't include the 2 topping choices in the answer choices. So for A, we have mushroom or tomato or both. B, we have onion or bacon or both. C, we have sausage or bacon or both. D, onion or tomato or both. And E, green pepper or tomato or both. So for the first one, I'm going to put mushroom and tomato off to the side so I'm not tempted to use them. And I'm going to see if I can make a pizza without breaking any of the 4 conditions. So again, this was condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, and condition 4. So let's try. I've got H. I know I need either O or G, so let's try O. O only if S, so I'll put S in. And let's try B. So let's do a quick check to make sure this meets all the conditions. Either H or M. I've got H. Either O or G. O only if S. And T only if M. Well, T's up here with M. So it's not on the diagram, so we met that condition. So we know that we can make a pizza without mushroom or tomato because they're isolated up here, and it still worked. So we can eliminate A. So let's try B, onion or bacon. So let's try onion or bacon isolated. And what do we have left? We have H, S, M, T, and G, GP. So I need either O or G, but since O is right here, I know that I need to use GP. and I have T and M. So I'll know that I'll most likely have to get rid of my H in order to fit M and T together based on the fourth condition right here. T will only go with M. Let's try M there, and let's try T here, and let's see if this meets our four conditions. So either H or M, we've got M. Either O or G, we've got G. O only if S. So O is up here, so we're good. And T only if M. So we know that we can make a pizza without onion or bacon, so let's eliminate B. Okay, let's try C, sausage or bacon or both. So this one, I can already tell will be a tricky one. I know that I have O and H left to put into the pizza. So let's try with O. I know that I can't use O because it needs to appear with S, and S is constrained at the top by itself. So let's try H. I know that it can't appear with H because it would break condition 1. Either H or M, but it can't be both. So I can already tell that C is the correct answer because I have to have sausage or bacon in order to not break any of the conditions. So C is our correct response. And just for argument's sake, let's try D and E quickly. So onion or tomato or both. I know that I can use, let's try MGPSB and make sure this meets our conditions. Either H or M, we got M. Either O or G, we got G. O only if S, well O is by itself up here. And T only if M, well T is off to the side, so it's not in the diagram, so we met all the conditions there. We can eliminate D. And let's try E quickly. G, P, or T, or both. For green pepper, tomato, or both. So let's bring O back down and put green pepper up with tomato. And let's try O in here, and I have a feeling this will work with our conditions. So again, step by step, just double checking with our conditions. Either H or M, we've got M. Either O or G, we've got O. O is with S. And T is not in the diagram, so that meets all of our conditions, and E can be eliminated. So just to recall, C is the only response that satisfies all of the conditions. C is the correct response. Please take a moment to read through question 3. Press pause when you are ready to continue. Press play. Let's take a moment to read through 3 together. Which one of the following is a pair of toppings that cannot be selected for the pizza? That cannot both be selected for the pizza. So what I'm going to do for this question is I'm going to put in the pair of toppings, and I'm going to match it according to the conditions and see if any of them are broken. If I find a condition that is broken, then I know that they cannot both be selected for the pizza, and that will be the correct answer choice. So A says ham and onion, B, ham and tomato, C, onion and tomato, D, mushroom and sausage, and E, mushroom and onion. So let's try ham and onion to start with. Okay, so I have my H and O, and now let's try and fit into the diagram two other options I'll fit, and I know from the previous question that HOSB will work, but let's just double check. H or M, we're good. O or G, we've got O only if S, and T only if M. Well, there's no T in the diagram, so we know that this could be selected as a possible choice, so A is eliminated. Let's try ham and tomato. Now I believe I can just swap that in. No, I need an M. So let's swap out B for M. HTSM. Let's make sure, see if that works. No, I know that it'll break the first condition. H, let's try GP. No, I'm going to need an M. Okay, so this might be a possible. So let's try it. If I select T, then I select M. So based on the fourth condition, if T appears, then M appears. But M and H, based on the first condition, can't appear together. So I know by the conditions that B is a correct response, because ham and tomato cannot appear together without breaking the conditions. Let's just try, for argument's sake, the other three. So C is onion and tomato. So we have onion and tomato. I know if T appears, M needs to appear. And let's just try. I know if O appears, I need S. I believe this will meet all of the conditions. Let's just double check. Either H or M, we've got M. Either O or G, we've got O. We got O and S, and we got T and M. So we can eliminate C. So that's a possible answer choice. D, mushroom and sausage. So let's put mushroom and sausage in the first two places. And what else could we have? I know that I need O or G, so let's put O. So it's together with S. And let's try B. I believe T would also work. Let's give this a shot. So H, only H or M, we've got M. O or G, we've got O. O only if S. And T is not in the diagram, so we met that condition. And let's try mushroom and onion. So I'll put onion in the place of sausage. And I know if O appears, S needs to appear. And I believe this will work. Either H or M, we've got M. Either O or G, we've got O. O only if S. And T only if M. We don't have T, so we know that E is a possible choice, a selection for pizza, so we can eliminate it, and B is our correct response. B cannot be selected as T would force M to be selected, and H and M cannot go together. This would break the first condition. Please take a moment to read through question 4. Press pause, and when you are ready to continue, press play. Let's take a moment to read through question 4 together. Question 4 reads as follows. If the cook does not use bacon, so let's underline that. Can't use bacon. On the pizza must have which one of the following topping combinations? So A, we have mushroom and sausage. B, we have ham and tomato. C, we have sausage and green pepper. D, we have mushroom and green pepper. And E, we have onion and tomato. So whenever you see must, it's a good idea to underline it. Must have which one of the following topping combinations? So whenever I see must have, I'm going to try and make a diagram without the two selections to see if I can still meet all the conditions. So the first thing I'm going to do is put B off to the side right here, and I'm going to cross it off so I'm not tempted to use it. So I respect the condition of not using bacon on the pizza. And for the first one, A, mushroom and sausage, I'm going to put mushroom and sausage up by B. And I'm going to see what I have left. I have H-O, G-P, and T. So now what I'm going to do is compare it to the conditions and see if I can make a pizza without using mushroom and sausage. So for the first condition, either H or M, we've got H. Either O or G, well, we've got O right here. O only if S. Uh-oh. So we know that we can't have O without S, so this would be one of the conditions broken, the third condition. So we know that it must not have this combination. We can eliminate A. Well, that's not true. Let's try. So far it didn't work, so let's try without O, and let's put S in. Oh, the other problem is we have T, and T forces us to use M. So I can't use O, and I can't use H. So essentially, we do have to use mushroom and sausage. Otherwise, we break the conditions, the first condition or the third condition. So A is actually the correct response. Just for argument's sake, let's try the other ones quickly. Ham and tomato. So I'll clear off my diagram. Let's put ham and tomato up with bacon, and let's keep bacon crossed out so we're not tempted to use it. And let's try and make a pizza without ham and tomato. So we have M, O, S, and GP. So let's make sure this meets the conditions. Either H or M, but can't equal H and M together. We've got M over here, so we're good. Either O or G. Uh-oh, we've got O and G together. So let's try and swap out, because it says which one of the following topping combinations. Maybe we can use one of the toppings without using it as a combination. So I know that T will work. So H or M, we got M. O or G, we got O. O with S. and T and M. So I know that I can eliminate ham and tomato because I can get away without using the ham. So in other words, I can use tomato, but it's no longer a combination. So let's get rid of B. And let's take a look at C, sausage and green pepper. So I'm going to clear off the diagram. And I'm going to put sausage up here with green pepper. And I've got MOHT, so let's make sure this meets the conditions. And it does not. It breaks the first condition with our H and M. So let's try swapping it out. One of the ingredients, well, I know I can swap out H with S, and most will work. It meets condition 2, 3, and 4. Either O or G, O only if S, and T and M. So as a combination, I can get away without using green pepper, but I have to use sausage. So let's get rid of C. D, mushroom and green pepper. I believe this works from prior questions. We got H, we got O, we've got O with S, T, then there's no M. So let's swap out T with GP, and that breaks the second condition. Let's try leaving the green pepper and putting the ham up with it. And I know that most works from prior questions. Now T and M work together, and I can eliminate D. And onion and tomato is the last one. So M, H, S, G, P. I know that I can't use H and M together. Let's try H. I can't have O and G together. How about if I put, so it's onion and tomato that are constrained. How if I put GP for green pepper here, and then I take my T only if M. So let's try M here. Sometimes it just takes rearranging until you finally get it. Now let's give it a shot. We have M, G, P, S, and T. So I've got M, I've got G, O doesn't appear, so we're good, and T and M, so we're good. So I don't need to use onion and tomato as a combo. I left out onion, but I used tomato. So I can eliminate E. And A is the correct response. So just to recap, A is the only answer that requires both toppings to be included to avoid breaking a condition. Please take a moment to read through question 5. Press pause, and when you are ready to continue, press play. We will continue. 5 reads as follows. If the cook does not use green pepper on the pizza, let's underline that, can't equal GP, then exactly how many acceptable 4 topping combinations are available? So here I'm going to, similar to the last question, isolate green pepper and cross it out so I'm not tempted to use it. And then I'm going to make as many possible combinations as that we can without breaking any of the 4 conditions. So, where should we start? Let's start with, I know that you need to use H or M. I know that we're forced to use O because G is over here. So O, you can even put a constrained box around it. And because we're forced to use O, I know based on the 3rd condition that we have to use S. So S is also constrained, we can't move that one. And what do we have left? M, T, and B. So I know that M and H can't go together, but I can swap them out. So I'll put M over by H. And I can also swap out T and B together. So T can go here, and B can go here. So I know that HOS and T work based on the conditions. You have H, O by itself, O and S. Uh-oh, host doesn't work because I need to have M. So it'd have to be with B. So this is one possible way. The other way I can do it is with M and B. So now we have M, so first condition is met, O and S are together, O or G, we have O only if S, and T only if M. Well, T is not included, so we're good there. So that's the second way. And there's only one more way because T doesn't go with H, so we can put T with M. And that's our 3rd way. So we've got 3 possibilities. So we look at our answer choices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm going to select C because that's our correct answer choice based on the diagram. So just to recap, when not using green peppers, we have 3 possible variations without breaking a condition. Please take a moment to read through question 6. Press pause, and when you're ready to continue, press play. So question 6 reads as follows. There's only one possible pizza topping combination that can be selected by the cook if which one of the following pairs of toppings is selected. So one possible pizza topping combination if the following pairs is selected. So for A, we have sausage and onion. B, we have sausage and tomato. C, we have mushroom and bacon. D, we have ham and sausage. And E, we have bacon and tomato. So what we're trying to do here is place the 2 ingredients together, and we're going to see if it forces any of the other ingredients to be included on the pizza. So it will cause a constrained condition to occur. In other words, this will be one of our hidden premises type conditions. So let's take a look at A, sausage and onion. So I'll put sausage in the first place, and onion in the second position. So all I have to do is prove that there's 2 ways. I don't need to see if there's 3 or 4 ways. 2 is good enough for my proof. So S and O. What else can I have? I know I have O or G, O only if S. I need H or M. Let's try H, and let's try B. And I'm confident that this will work. Either H or M. Got H, O or G, O only if S, and T only if M. So that's one way. Let's try another way. So S and O are constrained variables, they can't move. So I can play with H and B. How about if I were to put M and T? Would that work? I believe so, but let's just check. H or M, we got M. O or G, we got O. O and S, and T and M. So there are two ways. So we can eliminate A. Let's clear off our conditions here. And sausage and tomato. Oops, got my marker. So let's remove O, put T, and now sausage and tomato will be our constrained conditions. And let's see what we can do. I know if T appears, M appears. So I'm really only left with one place to play with. And I know that if M appears, I can't have H. And I know I need O or G. So let's try O. See if this works. H or M, got M. O or G, we got O. O and S, and T and M. So let's try G, because that's really our only other option, because we need G or O. And I believe this will still meet the conditions. H or M, got M. O or G, we got G. O only if S, O doesn't appear, and T and M. So there's two ways for B, and we can eliminate it. Okay, let's try mushroom and bacon. Mushroom will go in the first place, and bacon will go in the second. So now what I need to do is see if I can fill the other two places in more than one way. So I've got the first condition satisfied. I've got my M. Now I need O or G. Let's try O. And let's just try S and see if that works. So H or M, O or G, O only if S, and T only if M. Well, okay, so that's one way. Let us try and swap out. What can we swap out? Well, we got O and S to play with. Let us try changing O with G. I believe that will work. Let's double check. H or M, we got M. O or G, we got G. O only if S, O doesn't appear. And T only if M, T doesn't appear. So we know that there are at least two ways, if not more. So we can eliminate C. So for D, we have ham and sausage. Let's give that one a try. So let's clear off our conditions. So we've got our H for condition 1. And the second, I know I need O or G. And we got our S. And T only if M. So I can't use T. And I can't use GP, but let's try B. So H or M, check, we got H. O or G, we've got O, O only if S, and T only if M. T doesn't appear, so that's one way. Is there another way? That's the question. Well, I'd have to swap out O with GP. And I believe this will work. H or M, O or G. We got G, O only if S, O doesn't appear, and T only if M. So there's two ways that this would work too, at least. So we can eliminate D. And the final question, E, bacon and tomato. So let's clear out our diagram. And let's put bacon in the first position and tomato in the second position. And I know if I use T, I'm forced to use M, which is up here. So I know that I met the first condition. So I need to meet the second condition. So I know that if I put O here, I know that I need, secondly, for the second condition, I know I need O or G. If I put O there, it breaks the second condition because I need S with it. So I know that I can't use O. And I can't use H anyways, because H and M can't go together. But that's not part of the question. What the real question is that because I can't use O and S, I'm forced to use GP. And as we alluded to before, H can't be used because we're forced to use M because of the T. So this is a question, this is a case where all four objects are constrained. We have to use all four objects based on bacon and tomato being used. So bacon and tomato is the hidden premise, which forces M and GP to be used. So E is the correct response. Just to recap, E is the correct response. We have B and T. T forces us to choose M. We need either O or GP. Since there's not enough room left for S, we must select GP. All toppings are constrained. Once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like us on YouTube. And on behalf of Education 180, happy LSAT writing.